Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Anarchy Rules. It is time for the A-Show's final pay-per-view of the series of 2K18. Our final brand exclusive pay-per-view of 2K18. We are here in Dallas, Texas for Anarchy Rules. A night where history could be made if everything goes right. And certainly, I am hoping that indeed it does. We are here tonight for an ecstatic night, an emphatic night of action to go with it. Every title on the line, and every title match is going to be intense in its own right. You see the first one there that we're going to be talking about right now for the ECW Television Championship. Sami Callihan going to go one-on-one against the greatest of all time, Seth Rollins, for the ECW Television Championship. The first of two shifts for Seth Rollins here tonight. He's got to take on Sami Callihan. And it's going to be a tough contest for Seth Rollins to get through, especially what happened on this last episode of ECW. Is he in the right state mentally to hang in there? Is he going to be able to perform at his highest level on a night where everything is on the line for him? I certainly hope so. I believe so. But I don't know if it'll be confirmed so, because there is so much on the line. That, though, is only one of his matches to worry about. We'll talk about the next one in just a little bit. But before that, we have perhaps the most intense match on the card when it comes to intensity, hatred, and vitriol on both sides. D.I.Y and the British Empire meet one last time for the ECW Tag Team titles in an Extreme Rules match. No tags made, everyone's legal at the same time, no DQs, no countouts. Extreme Rules. We gotta go big at least once every big show, and here is us going big. Ciampa and Gargano lost the titles at SummerSlam. McIntyre and Neville have no respect for anyone but the British Empire, and they are going to do their best to hammer that in to Ciampa and Gargano. It is going to be an insane match between these two sides for the titles, but who will walk out with the victory? Who will walk out with those tag team titles? We will find out later on tonight, but then we reach our main event of the evening. It will be shift number 2 of the evening for Seth freaking Rollins. A night where, as I have said before, it is on the line. Greatness is on the line. A record is at stake. If Seth Rollins beats the Switchblade Jay White, there is nothing stopping him reaching day 391 to become the longest reigning champion in the history of this universe. However, Jay White has proven in a short period of time what he can do in this universe, and there is a risk, there is a slight worry that he could be the one to end what Seth Rollins created 370 some days ago. We are about ready to begin here at Anarchy Rules, and we are going to kick things off with the Cruiserweight Championship matchup between Zack Sabre Jr. and Hiromu Takahashi for the new Cruiserweight Championship. Alright, let's begin this then. The Cruiserweight Championship is at stake on either side. There is a lot on the line in this one. I am deeply interested to see how this one goes down between these two sides. Zack Sabre Jr., the former Cruiserweight Champion, lost the belt at SummerSlam to none other than Hiromu Takahashi, the surprising new addition to the ECW roster at SummerSlam. So surprising that I didn't even know he was going to be there. But nevertheless, it happened. He showed up. He made his huge debut in this universe. He won the Cruiserweight Championship. What a showing that was. And not only did he win it, he won it in emphatic fashion. Remember, Zack Sabre Jr. was supposed to fight Mustafa Ali, but instead decided that he was going to take out Ali through the use of Drew McIntyre, and then use that in order to get an easier match for him with it only being an open challenge. That backfired on him incredibly, to such an extent where, as you could tell, he doesn't have the Cruiserweight Championship anymore. So clearly, there was an error made there. Now he has to try and win it back from the Time Bomb, a man who has proven in the ring what he can do already. But the big question is, which one of these two men has the upper hand on the other? Which one of these two men has the upper edge on the other? This is all about, of course, the new Cruiserweight Championship, not the one that Takahashi has around his waist right now, but the new title. So with that being said, Takahashi, no matter what happens here, is if this match ends in DQ, he will take home the new Cruiserweight Championship. It's just a new design. It's the same title. However, that'll be the last time we see this design here in this universe. Takahashi ready to fight here against Zack Sabre Jr. Ready to bounce back as well from what happened on this last episode of ECW. At the start of the show, attacked backstage and kicked his head into the locker room twice, into the wall of the locker room. Takahashi was okay. You know, there was no serious injuries. There was no concussions picked up. If anything, there was aggression picked up within the time bomb. A further desire to prove a message to Zack Sabre Jr., and that is exactly what they're going to do here tonight. The brand new Cruiserweight Championship. Which one of those two men will be taking home the new design? Which one of those two men will be taking home the ECW Cruiserweight Championship? That title is on the line between these two men. Takahashi already the Cruiserweight Champion, of course, but will he be taking home that design, or will Sabre Jr. be taking it home? You gotta imagine, there is frustration in Zack Sabre Jr. after what happened at SummerSlam. How quickly he lost the title, and the match is underway. Here we go now, between these two men. Has Sabre Jr. learned anything between SummerSlam and now? Has he studied the tape? Has he realized what Hiromu Takahashi can do in this ring? Has he found a way to shut him down? Has Zack Sabre Jr. found his way to maintain control in this one? We will find out. Take a look at the strength there of Sabre Jr. and an arm drag, bringing down Takahashi, kicking him in the chest as well. Maybe his tactic for the time bomb is to try and ground him here, try and take away those legs, take away that unbridled speed that Hiromu Takahashi has going for him, but a falcon arrow from Takahashi will prove some temporary difficulties for ZSJ. Zack Sabre Jr. certainly showed his aggressive side over these last 2 weeks on ECW. First the kendo stick attack, and then the attack backstage. It has been all ZSJ since SummerSlam happened in terms of these two guys when they square up against each other. However, those have been sneak attacks. Those have been unbridled assaults, unwarranted, on Hiromu Takahashi. Now here tonight in this ring, can Zack Sabre Jr. keep that going? Can he keep Takahashi down? Can he force the time bomb to tap out and walk out with the ECW Cruiserweight Championship back around his waist? Great kick there from the Takahashi, bringing down Zack Sabre Jr. You can tell the aggression in this match from how quickly these two guys are panning out everything. Nice Pele kick though from Sabre Jr. He goes after the arm for a little bit here. The limb work of Sabre Jr. taking over there. You know how much he enjoys beating down his opponent, taking away those crucial limbs that they rely on. And he's probably going to look to do the same here. Front face lock applied now, grabbing on the leg, and a dragon screw to bring him down. Hiromu Takahashi feeling the pain of that one, trying to get up to his feet, only to be kicked directly in the rib there from Zack Sabre Jr. And Sabre Jr., for as much as he loves to work with that mat-based, submission-based wrestling, he is working a little bit faster here because he knows he can't keep Takahashi down for too long. He's in trouble. Look at this now. I think that's an inverted figure four applied there from Zack Sabre Jr. on Takahashi. Locking the legs in deeply. Takahashi with nowhere to go and has to try and find his own way out of it. And fair play to him. He escaped it. The lanky frame of Zack Sabre Jr. makes it so difficult to escape his holds. His ability to move around as quick as he can makes it that much more tougher to try and get anywhere with him. Counter now from ZSJ from behind. Takahashi counters. Now Takahashi from behind. Dragon suplex to Sabre Jr. See the speed there from the Sabre Jr. as well to go with it. How quickly he was able to evade him there. Coming in with the strikes now, kicking the chest and all. More kicks on their way. The aggression of Sabre Jr. purely shining through now. Running basement drop kick as well. Takahashi down, maybe in trouble. Sabre Jr. smells a cover here, but doesn't have the Cruiserweight Championship back around his waist just yet. Back into the side headlock now on Hiromu Takahashi. The time bomb has had a majority of his offense nullified, has to be said. Takahashi has been stopped in his tracks far more than once. Great counter there. Elbow there from Takahashi. Front face lock now. And in that hold, able to hit a great suplex. Floats over into a very nice cover, but Sabre Jr. Just too much, and able to kick out right away. Takahashi for the first time this match looking to take flight, and comes Tope back in the ring. And Sabre Jr., you can see there from his tactic, trying to move away a little bit from Hiromu Takahashi, trying to create some separation between the two. Sensible idea. And look at that now, reversing the suplex of Takahashi as well. Zack Sabre Jr. going back to the limb here. Kimura lock applied now. Stitched in on Hiromu Takahashi. Wearing down the arms. He knows he's not going to get the tap out, but he knows he's causing excruciating pain to Hiromu Takahashi, who has to slip out of it without breaking his arm, and he has managed to pull that off. Clothesline there though from Takahashi stops Sabre Jr.'s plan in his tracks, and Takahashi gonna look for the most embarrassing victory possible over Sabre Jr. Gonna look to try and make Zack Sabre Jr. tap out. D is applied. D is stitched in. Will Sabre Jr. tap out? Could someone like Zack Sabre Jr. tap out to a submission hold? We're about to find out. He's kicking, he's squealing, he's trying to get out. He can't reach the ropes. It is locked in deep. And Zack Sabre Jr. has finally found his way out of it. There's the escape he was looking for. And running, went for a running drop kick. Whiffed on it. Takahashi countered and Hurricanrana. Well, you could certainly tell how personal things have gotten in this one between these two guys. Takahashi went for an elbow drop. And maybe the limb work there of Sabre Jr. in this match has panned out the way he wanted it to, because Takahashi barely grazed Sabre Jr. All things considered. Bringing him down now, and elbows into the head over and over again there. Lifting him up, but Sabre Jr. able to counter it. Sabre Jr. able to see a great opportunity. Zack Sabre Jr. had him up on his shoulders. Takahashi countered though. And all of a sudden, the Time Bomb has a great chance in front of him for victory. But is he going to be able to capitalize on it? He's got to be quick here before Sabre Jr. has a spark within and the lights back up. But it's not going to happen. Takahashi! Victory roll from the top rope. Doesn't go for the cover though. He didn't end. I don't know why he took so long to go into it. There's the count. There's an immediate kick out from ZSJ. Man, what a way to kick off Anarchy Rules this has been. The Time Bomb calling out to the crowd here to will him on so he can end this one. And he's one move away from ending this one as well. He's going to bring him in. No, he's not. Time Bomb countered. Back suplex. And Zack Sabre Jr. now sees the opportunity to end it. He's got Takahashi's limbs orienteering with napalm death to the Time Bomb. Will Takahashi tap out now? Is Sabre Jr. going to win back his Cruiserweight title? Is it going to be a great night for the British Empire on its way? It's locked in. Takahashi kicking, trying to find the ropes. He's going to have to fight out in his own ways. He's going to have to find his own way out of this one. Sabre Jr. is not letting go. Oh my god, this is getting torturous now. Takahashi just refusing to tap out here. Takahashi not letting himself tap out, doing everything he can to hold on to that Cruiserweight title. And Takahashi finally escapes it. The resiliency there from Hiromu Takahashi, absolutely outstanding from the Time Bomb. But does he have anything left in him? He whiffed on that Hurricanrana, and that could have cost him dearly. Counter from Takahashi. Over the top rope they go now. Sabre Jr. reverses. Sunset flip. Sunset flip. Will this win him the title? He covers Takahashi here. There's two. And a kick out from Takahashi. This one still ain't over. And so the fight reigns on here to be the Cruiserweight champ. Sabre Jr. Whoa! Mustafa Ali! Ali hitting the ring and attacking Sabre Jr. and the Time Bomb. We haven't seen him since SummerSlam. And he just knocked both men down. For what reason? Ali is back. And I get him taking it out on Sabre Jr. But why Takahashi to go with it? What was the point in that from Ali? Well, that didn't go the way that we wanted it to. That has really changed up things on this run. I wasn't expecting that at all. Mustafa Ali is back, I guess, but where the hell do we go with that?
Stand up and put your hand on your heart and welcome the one and only true American hero. He is my husband, which means he is the only man that can have me. Welcome, the Bulgarian brute, Rusev!
Well, we've got to move on from that. I'll have more information for you on ECW regarding the Cruiserweight Championship picture. Hiromu Takahashi retains the Cruiserweight Championship here. He is still the champion due to the double DQ, no contest, whatever you prefer to call it. But the fact remains that Mustafa Ali certainly showed where he believes himself to be with that attack there that we saw on both Zack Sabre Jr. and Takahashi. Both men down at the hands of Mustafa Ali. Maybe some aggression from SummerSlam shining through, but we'll talk about that when ECW comes around, because I don't really know what I can say about it right now, given the fact that I don't really know all too much. In fact, I know nothing for the motive for Mustafa Ali, and I don't want to get into speculating when there's plenty more action to go on here tonight at Anarchy rules. Certainly a very interesting way to kick off the card, but we're going to move on to our next contest here. Rusev versus Samoa Joe one-on-one. These two men have had their bad blood with one another. It all started a week and a half ago on ECW when they were supposed to have a one-on-one match. Basically as normal as possible, you know, as a normal match, as calm and as fine as you would expect one to be. Well, that is exactly what didn't happen. Rusev blindsided Joe before the match began, and then during the match, wailed into him with a steel chair, got DQ'd, didn't seem to have any problem with it at all, though. The week after on ECW, I declared that these two men would be fighting in Anarchy rules, and following Samoa Joe's victory over Tyler Breeze, he then took it upon himself to attack Joe after the match. Didn't put him in the accolade, but left Samoa Joe down at the end of the show. So now here we are, getting ready for this contest between these two men to see what will happen here. There's plenty on the line in terms of a grudge that these two men will share. Who knows, maybe a future shot at something for the winner. Lana is at ringside for Rusev. Joe, of course, will go it alone. But the big question to ask is, what will Samoa Joe do here? How much aggression does Joe have in him towards the Bulgarian Brute? And that was proof in the pudding. Both men charged at one another there, but it was Rusev who got off his move first, and it's the Bulgarian Brute who's able to start first. And start swinging first as well at Samoa Joe, chopping away at him. Oh no, Saito suplex there from Samoa Joe. The horse match has most certainly begun between these two guys. And here we go with it indeed. Nasty kick there in the back by Joe. Let's see what these two men, as you could tell, there was no feeling out process either. This is all about hurting one another now. This is all about making sure the other one doesn't get back up to their feet. Dragon screw connected there by Samoa Joe. By Samoa Joe on Rusev. Joe going up on that second rope. Gonna look to fly here. Look at, oh, what a leg drop. Oh, and look who's getting involved here. Lana getting involved. Rusev lining it up and went to run him down, but didn't get it in time. He whiffed on that one big time, and that cost him. In with a headbutt, and ran right into that slam there from Samoa Joe. Perfectly executed, big time slam to go with it. And now the strength of Samoa Joe comes into play, throwing him overhead there. Counter, though, again by Rusev here. Both guys back and forth with one another. Neither guy able to maintain control. Look at the strength there in that Uranagi by Rusev. Lana plotting something on the outside. It's a chair. Bringing a chair in the ring. It was, of course, a chair that started it all with that chair shot. And now Lana bringing in the chair, and Rusev going to use it to his full advantage, crashing Joe with it and getting rid of it before the referee could have an eye. That could have turned things around there. Maybe not. Samoa Joe certainly proving that he doesn't give a damn about what that steel chair did. As a matter of fact, they may have only riled him up further. Rusev into the corner and flying out of it with a German suplex. Samoa Joe now chinlock applied on Rusev. Can Rusev get himself out of this one? Most certainly he can. Getting his way out of that one more than once. And in with the huge running kick to the face of Samoa Joe, who powers out to the count of 1 though. What a contest this has been so far between these two guys. Oh, wow, look at that, way up in the air. Great strength from Rusev again to bring Joe down, and then a headbutt to go with it. This is getting risky now. Rusev up on the top rope. Does Joe have it in him to duck it all? Joe was trying to run towards him. Both men hitting one another there. And both men slow to get up to their feet. Rusev up to his feet first, however. Well, this match has been ruthless by these two men so far. They've both been putting an awful lot into it. The aggression in this one certainly shining through. Samoa Joe now top rope as well. Spinning heel kick from the top. Incredible from Joe there to see something like that being pulled off. Rusev in the corner. This ain't where you want to be, because Joe's going to prop you up. And he's going to come running in. The elbow. The corner enziguri. And you are down with only one move left between you and ultimate defeat. Cover, but Rusev kicks out right away. Oh no, here goes Samoa Joe now. Big time. Senton splash to Rusev. And he's going to go for another senton splash as well. Those ribs now of Rusev are going to be screaming out. Doesn't matter how big you are. If Samoa Joe comes down on you, it is going to hurt if he's hitting you like that. Rusev, though, back up to his feet. Counter by Joe. Counter by Rusev. Turns him round. And oh no, the big kick in the back of the head. He kicked him right in the back of the head. There is no response to Samoa Joe. And now here we go. The accolade is locked in by Rusev. The accolade locked in deep on Samoa Joe. But Joe pushes it off like it's nothing. Samoa Joe escapes it. And great strength there with that reverse suplex as well. Does Samoa Joe have it in him to try and bring this match to an end now? Is he that one final move away from victory? I'm waiting to see what he's got up in his mind here. Taking Rusev now onto that second rope. Rusev avoiding it. Looking for a slam on Joe. Joe counters it. Takes the leg away from underneath him. Rusev counters it now. And now these two big men, after everything they've gone through, are fighting counter for counter for counter with one another. Say what you will, this has been a thoroughly entertaining horse match so far. Duck under by Rusev. Back body drop to Joe as well. And a chin lock applied now to try and slow the pacing down, to try and keep Samoa Joe contained. This, I've got to say, is one of the strongest performances I've seen from Rusev in recent memory. He is controlling everything. He has a hand on this match right now, but does he have a hand on victory to go with it? Joe in with a jawbreaker. Kicking the gut though from Rusev. What a lariat as well. Brings him right back down. And Rusev perhaps prepping himself up mentally for the final few blows in this one. Let us see what else he's got in store for Samoa Joe. Nothing, because Joe again slips out of a slam and hits a neck breaker this time around. Spinning back fist there. Turns him round. Joe! Oh, this is not what you want to be in. Samoa Joe, German Dragon. Hang on to the arms. Straight jacket. German suplex to Rusev. Let go of it as well. Didn't go for the cover. Wants to torture Rusev further. Honestly, I'm surprised in that moment. I was fully expecting Lana to get involved, but I guess she decided against it. Lana just watching on now, but her husband is in danger here. Chinlock of his own now from Samoa Joe. And look at the way that Rusev's neck was bending there. Certainly a painful hold to be applied, but Rusev able to get out of it, and it kicks him in the face once more. Oh no. Oh, Rusev sent himself in the corner. Rusev might have just sent himself into hell. Exploder suplex in the corner from Samoa Joe. Crushed him with it. Joe into the cover here. Hooks. Doesn't hook the leg, my apologies, but Rusev able to kick out at one after everything that these two horses have gone through. What I got to ask is, why isn't Joe gone for the big move? He had him in the corner there. Why didn't he think muscle buster? Why didn't he look for the Kakina clutch just a moment ago? Why has he gone against these type of holds? What is his game plan here? Joe, powerbomb made there on Rusev. Could this end it? Rusev kicks out right away, but he's in a Boston Crab. He's in a Boston Crab with nowhere to go. Oh, this was Samoa Joe's plan, it seems. Can he get himself out of it? No! Rusev taps out. Rusev submits. Samoa Joe is your winner in this one. It was all about trying to make the other man tap out, it seems, and Joe just did that. Joe is your winner over Rusev, and exact revenge for the chair shot a few weeks back, and now he gets revenge for the attack and for everything that Rusev was trying beforehand. It is victory for Samoa Joe here at Anarchy Rules, and a strong victory as well. Joe needed that big kick up the arse to get him going somewhere, and he just got it with that one. But where does Joe go from here? Time will only tell. What a contest though by both men, and I've got to give Rusev credit. Even in defeat, he looked on top of his game. Great stuff there from both men. But let's move on to our next title match of the evening, and what a title match it is going to be. ECW Television Championship on the line. Sami Callihan looking to become the ECW Television Champion. Seth Rollins in his first title defense of the evening. Will he come out with the ECW Television Championship still around his waist? His first of two matches against the Switchblade of Anarchy. How will it go for the greatest of all time? A record could be made here tonight, but first Rollins has to worry about the Television Championship. It's the Callihan Death Machine versus Seth freaking Rollins. Let's do it. Alright, let's do this thing then. Here comes out first, the number one contender to the ECW Television Championship. Won a triple threat match to have this right. Won over Drew McIntyre and Buddy Murphy to get this chance at the title. And now, here he is with a chance to become the ECW Television Champion. Sami Callihan, the first, as I said, of two opponents of the Switchblade of Anarchy for Seth Rollins here tonight. Callihan had his part to play in attacking Seth Rollins this past episode of ECW. I called them thugs, and I stand by it because it was a thuggish nature. How dare you? How dare you attack someone like Seth Rollins? How dare you put your hands on a man who, theoretically, you don't even deserve to be in the ring with, because he is the greatest of all time. He is far greater than you are. You do not deserve to share the ring with Seth Rollins. I guess that's what they believe. When they're in the ring with Rollins, they'll do what they want. That's what the numbskull minds tell them, and it's going to cost them here tonight. Because they're in the ring with Rollins, they're in the ring with greatness. Callihan is going to learn he is nothing compared to Rollins, and he is going to lose. What a shame that'll be. Nevertheless, let us see what will happen in this one. Sami Callihan believes he can become television champion, and along with it, he believes Jay White can become the ECW champion. Callihan ready for what could either be a night of celebration or a night of nothing. I see it either going one of two ways. I don't see it going either or. I see it either being a night where it's pure success for Rollins and he's on his way to breaking the record, or a night of dismay where Rollins loses every single title. We'll see if I'm true with that statement or not in just a moment, because here he comes. It's the greatest of all time. Everyone stand up for him. Greatness has arrived for the first time with the ECW Television Championship around his waist. When you got so much gold to carry around, it's going to be difficult to keep holding it, you know? Don't worry, Rollins. I don't blame you for it one bit. But here he is. Seth Rollins the ECW Television Champion, the ECW Champion. His first of 2 matches tonight. The chance to make history. That record reign is on the line. He's not going to become the first ever man to successfully defend 2 titles at the same event. That's already been done. The record that he's chasing is held by the man who's already done that. Bobby Fish did it in SummerSlam 2 years ago when he successfully defended the Intercontinental and WWE Championship. However, after that, Bobby Fish vacated the Intercontinental title. What I will say right now, Rollins has no intention of vacating any title for the time being. Rollins wants to prove himself. Rollins wants to hold both titles for as long as he possibly can, and he has no plans of letting go of them either. That is Seth Rollins' mindset. That is the game that he is playing, and ain't no one gonna stop Rollins from having what he wants. And that, of course, is both titles around his waist and the record for the longest reigning champion in the history of this universe. Rollins told me he's fine after the attack. It's just another attack by just another pair of scumbags like the Switchblade of Anarchy are. Rollins is in no worry whatsoever. He says he's feeling fine tonight for Callihan, and he's feeling even better for Jay White. So in Seth Rollins' eyes, there's a very good chance that Sami Callihan is nothing more than a tune-up match, which would be absolutely hysterical if that were the case. I gotta tell you, I'd love it if he viewed him as a tune-up match. But let's see what'll happen. Man, that ECW Television Championship looks great on Rollins. Far greater than it ever did on Kenny Omega. I've seen people asking, where is Omega? I don't know, the loser probably went into recluse after the match at SummerSlam. Does Kenny Omega really want to rear his head after all he said, after all that belief that he was going to do it, and then he ended up losing? Do you think he's going to have it in him to show up? I don't think so. I don't think he's got it in him. Here we go then. First of 2 matches for Rollins here tonight. How will they go? It's time to find out. Callihan versus Rollins is on the air right now, and Sami Callihan from the get-go trying for a suplex here on Rollins. And to be fair to him, he got it as well. That was a very long time he took to load up that suplex as well, so I'm surprised that Rollins didn't counter it, but there we go. That's more like it. Getting his way out of that fireman's carry attempt there. Seth Rollins now lifting him up and clubbering away at Sami Callihan to go with it. Rollins a little bit slow off the gate here, man. Whiffed on a few things already. Not looking too good for Rollins. Oh, there we go. Leapfrog, duck under, and collision. Rollins, what are you doing? You need to get your act together, yeah, mate. This is a night for history. Oh, big time back body drop there by Sami Callihan. Impactful hit into the mat there, and oh, big splash missed as well to go with it. Seth Rollins chopping now and hitting and striking away at Callihan. To the outside we go. Seth Rollins feeling pretty good from the start. Rollins, no, dude, this is way too risky. Seth Rollins, frog splash, cross body even to the outside. Jesus Christ. A risky move this early in the matchup, but one the television champion was more than happy to go with, and he is in total control right now over Sami Callihan. Referee might want to move out of the way a little bit here. He is right in the firing line. Big knee though, hit by Rollins. Callihan retorting to the apron. Look at the man standing in the ring right now. Seth Rollins knows his greatness and knows right now that Callihan is doing nothing to stop him. Forearm though from Callihan, bringing him in. Uh-oh, big exploder suplex connected with it. Pulling him back down as well. Ref, you might want to check if that was by the hair. You never know with such a guy like Callihan. Seems to be riling himself up for a little bit more here. Strikes of Callihan certainly going to outdo the strikes of Rollins, and he's in with another exploder suplex. Rollins trying to pull himself up to his feet. That might not have been the wisest decision. Throwing him into the corner now. What could we see here? Putting him up on the turnbuckle. Rollins just took flight off one of these turnbuckles. Now he's about to get dumped off one by Sami Callihan in hardly a nice fashion. Both men up, both men down. Superplex by Callihan. And he goes into the cover, looking to become the ECW Television Champion here. Rollins able to kick out of the count of one. He needs, Rollins thinks he's in good shape right now. Rollins thinks he can handle this. I will say, even though it's Seth Rollins, he can't afford to let this match go on too long, because he's going to get hurt. He's going to feel the pain, and it comes to that title match against Jay White later on tonight. ECW Television Champion or not in that match. If he's not at 100%, he's in trouble, because we've seen what Jay White can do. Tiger suplex now. Gorgeous bridge as well. Cover. I don't even think he got a 2 count on it. Very disappointing there, but Rollins keeps going. Batted away there by whatever Callihan had in mind. Callihan now. Pile driver to Rollins. Rollins grasping onto his neck there. Could have done something to it. May have trapped a nerve on impact. Callahan still raining away. The bicycle kick now. No. Rollins, you know what to do. You know to get that shoulder up in time. And he does so. Kick out at 1. Great stuff. Rollins feeling pretty good about himself right now. He took a cranial contusion from Callihan on ECW. And he doesn't want to take another one here at Anarchy Rules. But he might well do. Callahan's in position. He's set up and ready to go. Rollins tells him to stuff it though. Chops him back to the ropes. What are you doing, you madman? Seth Rollins, this is not the match to be pulling off something like this in. This is not the match to be doing something as outrageous as this. Rollins, you still got to wrestle later on tonight. Seth Rollins, suicide dive. Look at the impact of Sami Callihan smashing into the barricade. What impact, what force Seth Rollins had in that move to pull that off. Back in the ring we go now. But Seth Rollins realizes there's more to do to win this matchup. He knows that a man as insane as Sami Callihan won't be kept down by something as simple as that. Forcing him up to the top turnbuckle now. Here we go. Classic Rollins, signature Rollins. You thought your superplex was good. Superplex rolls through. Falcon Arrow by Rollins to retain the title. And a kick out at 1 from Sami Callihan. Oh, Rollins, you got to stop him. He's starting to get dangerous now, man. Rollins going to bring himself up to the second rope right now. But he can still hit the Phoenix Splash. Cover made. This will retain the title, surely. No, Callihan kicks out of the count of 2. So what more does Rollins have to do to try and finish this one off? I'm not too sure. He's sent into the turnbuckle by Callihan. Oh no, this is dangerous. This is an incredibly dangerous place to be in. Callihan already hit a superplex. Now a back superplex to Rollins. His own body caving in there from the impact. Oh, please. Please hang in there, Seth. Hang in there, Rollins. There's so much more on the line than this one. Rollins, though, able to counter. Sami Callihan there. And Sling Blade. Great stuff by Rollins, but what more do you have to give in this one, man? I know you got more in the tank, but I don't want you exerting it all out in this one. You got to try and finish this one in the greatest fashion possible. Here we go. Seth Rollins in. Buckle bomb to Sami Callihan. And he feels as if there's one move left to end it. Rollins has Callihan, locks him in. Architects Annihilation. 1, 2, kick out from Callihan. Oh, Rollins really thought that was it there. But Callihan, the insane man that he is, able to kick out. Blood dripping from his face, but that ain't going to stop him from fighting on. Chopping the chest of Rollins now. Oh no, this is a dangerous move from Callihan. Driving his whole body weight into the chest of Rollins. And he covers the man here for the title. Rollins kicks out at 2. Come on, Rollins. Come on, escape this. You're in danger now. You need to get yourself out of this as soon as possible. And he does just that. Rollins rolling out of the ring for a moment. Trying to get his breath, trying to recapture his bearings. Back in we go now with Sami Callihan. Spinning heel kick blasts Callihan. Hard forearm in the face now, but Callihan still doesn't go down. Chop in the chest, under the forearm by Rollins. Mustering up everything he could think of, but Sami Callihan still won't hit the mat. His throat sent into the bottom rope, though, may help out with that. Seth Rollins now to the top rope. Here we go. Feast your eyes on the Phoenix Splash, which is missed. Callihan evaded the Phoenix Splash. And Rollins is in danger. Rollins is in big trouble now. No, 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 please. Please, no. Please, no. Cranial contusion from Sami Callihan. There's blood on the head of Seth Rollins. But even worse, there could be a title going around the waist of Sami Callihan. Cover on Rollins. There's two. Kick out by Rollins at 2. Come on, man. Come on. Get something going now, please. Please, Rollins. This match has been going on far too long right now. You need to think up something. You need to think of a way to get out of this all. Rollins getting countered. Callihan countering him. Callihan from behind. Uppercut into the neck of Rollins. But the fatigue that both men are feeling in this matchup has got to be ranging through, which is awful for Rollins if he's feeling fatigue in this one, because there's still a match left to go through. Callihan, exploder suplex to Rollins again. The blood is on Rollins' head, and he needs to do his best to sort that out, and he needs to do his best to not get hit in the head like that. Bicycle kick, but Rollins kicks out instantly. Come on, Rollins. Come on, Rollins. Get up, hit a big move, win. And he may have just decided to do exactly that. Forearm in the back. Seth Rollins. Curb stomp. Covers Callihan. 1, 2. No. How did that not finish things? Seth Rollins started to question it as well. He pulls himself up to the top rope now. Rollins in. Phoenix Splash. That's got to end it. 1, 2, 3. The Phoenix Splash does it. Callihan was out and Rollins knew it. Yes! 1 down, 1 to go. I said it'd either be a night of failure or a night of pure success. Maybe I was wrong, because that busted open face of Rollins isn't going to help heading into this matchup later on tonight. The energy that he had to exhaust heading into this one to beat Sami Callihan isn't going to help him out heading into this matchup later on. This is all bad problems for Seth Rollins. Yes, he is still ECW Television Champion, but on more problematic terms, there is a good chance that Jay White has just been handed an incredible bit of assistance to hang on and go out with that ECW Championship to destroy the legacy of Seth Rollins. Let's hope that won't be the case, but we'll find out later on this evening. As for now, we're going to move into our next contest of the evening. Minoru Suzuki has told me that he wanted to fight here tonight. He wanted an open challenge here on on Anarchy rules, and he's going to get just that. Against who, though? We'll find out. So let's see how this one turns out then. We just saw the man who he's destined to protect in action. Now it's time to see what the bodyguard himself can do. This time Suzuki's been in a one-on-one action actually for a little while. All things considered, I don't remember the last time Minoru Suzuki was in singles action. Might have been just before SummerSlam, I think. But even then, that is a little bit of time ago for Suzuki. Nevertheless, he wants his open challenge here tonight, and he's going to get it. Anarchy rules all about, well, anarchy, and certainly no one adds to anarchy quite like Minoru Suzuki can in his own special way. Here he is, the man with the worst personality in the world, the man tasked with protecting Seth Rollins and ECW to go with it. And he does a great job, let's be real. He does a phenomenal job of it. Minoru Suzuki, though, heading towards the ring for this one right now. Good contest on its way. Whoever his opponent is going to be, you know Suzuki is going to hurt them. Suzuki's going to fight them, and he's going to try and beat them as well to go with it, which is always a great thing to see when it comes to Minoru Suzuki. But the question is, how will Suzuki perform in this match? You know, how will he do in a match where he is unknowing of his opponent, where he doesn't really have any plans for how to defeat them? Well, actually, I imagine he does have a plan, whoever it is, to beat them until they can't stand anymore. But how does Suzuki think about anything like this? Or does he just not care and he just goes about it in his own way? That may also very well be the case as well. Minoru Suzuki, though, ready for this one. Rollins is all good when it comes to action. He's already had one match here tonight. He's got one match later on. Suzuki has been let off the hook, but this Dallas crowd won't be let off the hook until I hear that all-elusive tagline. They know not to let me down. Alright, they didn't. Congrats. They definitely didn't let us down. Well done, Dallas. You knew that Suzuki would come in the crowd and try and beat every single one of you up at the same time, so it was a good idea that you decided to not do that, to do that even. So congrats. But the question is, who will Minoru Suzuki be beating up right now? Oh no. Oh good God, is the ring safe enough? Oh shit. I don't think the ring is going to be safe for what we're about to see. Minoru Suzuki versus Braun Strowman. Oh God. This isn't safe. This someone needs to protect these people. Someone needs to evict these people from the arena. This actually isn't a safe thing to do. Why are we letting something like this happen? This is Braun Strowman we're talking about here. No. Oh, this is bad. This is very bad indeed to let something like this happen. Braun Strowman against Minoru Suzuki. These guys are just going to beat each other up. They're not going to give in to one another. This is an insane idea. Oh, I fear for the ring. I fear for the crowd. I don't fear for either of these guys. I'm scared of them. I have fear for them. Oh, here we go. Suzuki coming out of the gates, chopping and smacking at Strowman. Strowman not even falling off his feet yet. Suzuki unloading away, though, his strikes to Strowman. Oh, and he got a little bit too big for his own boots, and Strowman clattered him there with that lariat. I know Suzuki is tough, but you're trying to stand in the same ring as Braun Strowman. Did you see what he did to Cedric Alexander on ECW? He may have murdered the poor guy. Braun Strowman getting up to his feet. Lariat there. Suzuki didn't knock him down. And Suzuki couldn't knock him down again there. Hard right there from Strowman. Suzuki flipping his way out of it. And here we go now. More strikes from Minoru Suzuki. He just wants to punch Braun Strowman. He wants to see if it's possible to knock this man down. What a drop kick in the corner there from Suzuki. Look at Suzuki go here in the early stages. You know, you look at all this, if anyone else of Suzuki's size and strength was performing something like this, you'd be outstanding. But it's Minoru Suzuki, so you're like, okay, I actually believe this, but still Strowman won't fall off his feet, and still Strowman is sending him flying. Oh, and he's sending him flying again, choking him and throwing him across the ring. Evaded there. But a hard punch in the face rocked him. Chinlock applied to go with it. Minoru Suzuki right now, can he get himself out of it? He most certainly can. Not too sure if Strowman's fighting on behalf of the Wyatt family or just himself. Does it really matter though when we've got a match like this on its way for you? Shoulder tackle, and now this is where things are getting dangerous. They're on the outside. They're on the outside. This is not where we want them to be at all. Suzuki, knee in the gut. Drop kick. Strowman doesn't fall down. Another drop kick. Strowman bats it away. Hard punch. Neither man falling for the other here. Oh, maybe now he will. Oh, he definitely will. Suzuki falls down there, but the fight is still ongoing between these two guys. Suzuki counters it again. I don't think they're listening. They're not going to bother listening to the count. They're going to continue to fight one another on the outside, though. That much is for certain. Suzuki with a headbutt to Strowman. Count up to 7 here. Oh my, oh no, it's getting worse. It's getting worse. They're in the crowd now. They're in the crowd. Suzuki sent back over the barricade though. Suzuki is trying to outplay Braun Strowman. Rushes back in the ring and wins it. Oh, the genius. The genius is Minoru Suzuki. Just won by count out. No, don't celebrate. Don't celebrate. Run. Run, Suzuki. Suzuki, I'm being serious. It's probably going to be in your best interest if you run for your life right about now. Braun Strowman looks on. Minoru Suzuki just won this one by count out over him. But is that a good thing? Oh no. Oh no, it wasn't a wise decision because the fight is still going on in the ring. Strowman and Suzuki, the match has ended, but the fight continues between these two men. It has become more than about just a count-out win. Now it's become about tearing the other man apart. Now they can do whatever they want. The referee can't stop them because the bell has already rung. On the outside we go now with these two men. Oh, this is dangerous place to be in. Strowman throws Suzuki into the barricade. And what the hell will he... Oh my God! Smash him in the head. With that headbutt there, but Strowman ain't done here. He's got something else devious in mind for Suzuki. Sending him into the ring pole. Not once, but twice. Suzuki's head smashes off it. And Braun Strowman will finish things off right about now. Running power slam from the monster among men to Minoru Suzuki. Braun Strowman may well have lost the match, but he had the final stand over Suzuki. Oh, good God. What have we started here between these two men? Well, I'm not too sure where that goes leading on. Maybe we'll have an answer on the next ECW, I don't know. But certainly, it was only the start of problems brewing between Minoru Suzuki and Braun Strowman. Strowman may have had the last laugh, but you bet your bottom dollar Suzuki's going to get right up and right back and wanting another go at the monster among men. That will be to come at a later date. As for now, we have to move on to our next contest of the evening. A hotbed. This match has become just going to be complete anarchy, pun intended, between these two teams. D.I.Y versus the British Empire, Extreme Rules for the ECW Tag Team titles. This was already personal, but then it eclipsed another level and went one step further. This is for all the marbles between these two teams. This is for the ECW Tag Team titles. And this is how it all came to be. Neville, Red Arrow! And the assault continues on there. There are the new ECW Tag Team Champions, though. There will be a rematch for the ECW Tag Team titles as well. D.I.Y will get their rematch against the British Empire. Of course! Why wouldn't they? Come on! The British Empire already assaulting D.I.Y before the match begins. D.I.Y are attacking the British Empire with steel chairs. If they want to go to that extent, they've got their wish. It's Extreme Rules. British Empire, you tried to keep these guys down and it weren't enough. D.I.Y versus the British Empire, Extreme Rules for the ECW Tag Team titles. And here we go. D.I.Y gonna make their way out first in this one. The crowd supporting them on their side, cheering them on already. Gargano and Ciampa with a huge opportunity to recapture those titles. But the big question is, will they? Will they have it in them to take those tag team titles back? Do they have it in them to win those titles back from the British Empire that they lost at SummerSlam? It was, it was a very tough loss for them. It was an incredibly tough match as well between Gargano, Ciampa and the British Empire, but now it goes one step further. Extreme Rules, Tornado Tag, no rules except for the fact that pinfalls and submissions will change this match. pinfalls and submissions will decide who the winner is. No DQs, no countouts. Just those two rules apply. D.I.Y wait patiently in the ring for this one to begin. And the British Empire are going to make them wait a stretch longer because they come out one at a time. And the first man to make his way out in this one will be one half, of course, of the ECW Tag Team titles. The brute of the British Empire. Drew McIntyre will be the first man out. And I wonder what goes through the mentality of D.I.Y as they see this guy heading towards the ring. How do they feel when they see this guy? What goes through their mind? I mean, what goes through Drew McIntyre's mind after what we just saw in the build-up to this show? Look back to this past episode of ECW. Ciampa made McIntyre tap out, and then after the match, they unloaded on the British Empire with steel chairs. They want those tag team titles badly. They are craving those tag team titles. And the big question to ask is, can the British Empire stop them? Can they stop D.I.Y with all this fury and passion and desire that they have within them to be the ECW Tag Team Champions once more? Can they stop these guys from making one of them tap out or smashing them over the head with a steel chair so many times they don't get back up to their feet enough times that they don't that they don't end up walking out with those ECW Tag Team titles? Is there a way to stop D.I.Y here? Drew McIntyre may be the key to that, and the aggression that he'll have as well following tapping out to Tommaso Ciampa is certainly going to be a helping hand in it. But of course, along with him comes the leader of this whole faction, Neville. The leader of British Empire may have had some thoughts already about what happened with the Cruiserweight title earlier on in the evening, but as for right now, it is business for the British Empire. It is business for 2/3 of it. It is all about taking care of it for Neville and McIntyre. There is no ranting over the Cruiserweight Championship right now. That'll come at a later date. As for right now, it is all about the ECW Tag Team titles, all about D.I.Y, and all about Extreme Rules. Here at Anarchy Rules. What a style of match we are in for. I don't think we've ever seen these. I don't think we've ever seen these four guys go to this kind of limit. You know, these. I don't think we've seen these teams, even individually or as teams, go this far in anything. They've never gone to this extent. But now here we stand, ready to watch these two teams decimate one another in order to be the ECW Tag Team Champions. I cannot wait, and I don't think either side can wait either to determine who the winner will be. I want to go with D.I.Y. I really do. But with tornado rules in effect, with weapons allowed, with the rules being not only... the rules can't be bended or broken because there are no rules enforced. Is this where we see D.I.Y bite off more than they can chew, in the worst possible way to say it, because of the stipulations in place, because of the fact that it is no DQ, no countouts, weapons not only, weapons not only legal but pretty much encouraged? Is that where it plays ultimately into the hands of the British Empire, into a guy like Drew McIntyre, who can use his brute force to destroy D.I.Y if needs be? I can ask as many questions as I want, but the only answers I'm going to get are from these four guys in the ring. They all stand there, the referee between them, but only for a few seconds longer. D.I.Y versus British Empire is underway, and McIntyre came launching out of the gates there into a cutter from Johnny Gargano. It's actually going to be a little bit difficult to call, in all fairness, so bear with if any mistakes are made. But this is going to be everything that we can try and do to hang on and to get an eye of what's going on in the action right now. Neville getting a good start of a Ciampa. Gargano shutting down McIntyre in the early go-ins. Oh no, now it looks to have turned into the side of the British Empire there with the use of strength from McIntyre, and Neville in the turnbuckle now. with Ciampa, and surprise, surprise, Retribution seems to be on its way for what happened this past episode of ECW, but D.I.Y. both able to fight back simultaneously there. Early on now, Johnny Gargano went to a submission hold. Look at that armbar being applied, trying to make him tap out early here. Look at that. Knee and clothesline into the face there for Tommaso Ciampa. Neville rolled out of the ring, and D.I.Y. are going to go 2-on-1 now against Drew McIntyre. Great strength from Ciampa, and McIntyre will roll out of the ring as well. D.I.Y. in control. Oh, but McIntyre may have used it to his ploy. Both members of D.I.Y. down. This is broken down on the outside right now. One thing I know is for certain is that the match can't be won on the outside of the ring. The pinfall or submission has to be made in the ring. And that is the end of those rules. Oh, no. Oh, Neville about to take a trip into the ring pole. Not going to look much better for Tommaso Ciampa, though, as he's going into the announce table. Gargano up high. Elbow drop down on Neville. And throwing across the ring. Across the outside there. Tommaso Ciampa. It is very much a 50-50 kind of impact here. Both sides have someone taking offense, and both sides have someone in control of the offense as well. Definitely is too tough to tell who's in control right now. Drew McIntyre going into the barricade, and he's getting clubbered away now. D.I.Y. returning to control for a little bit here. Neville up to his feet slowly in the ring, and met with a lovely neck breaker. Now what are we going to see here? What will either side go for? There's got to be something mental on their minds. Ciampa on the outside with an elbow there. So far, the only weapons we've seen, to be fair. Oh, there we go. My set this completely changes, because here comes Tommaso Ciampa with a sledgehammer to Drew McIntyre, unloading away on Drew there. D.I.Y. in control now. Surprise, surprise, though. But Ciampa was the one to go to weapons first. Gargano, full Nelson, facebuster. Doesn't go for the pin because McIntyre is in the ring and taking control of Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa rolls out of the ring, and that leaves D.I.Y. at a one-man disadvantage now. The British Empire, in effect, can beat down Gargano all they want, and that might be exactly what they do here. McIntyre holding him in. Look at this now. Double super kick enziguri combo from D.I.Y. And McIntyre taking a step back here. He might want to be prepared for the incoming Tommaso Ciampa. Oh no, he's going to have to go after Gargano here. Gargano countered him. Neville, though, in with a forearm to Ciampa. All falling apart here in this matchup. It is just... Oh, McIntyre's rolled out of the ring, and now look at this. Bad place to be in for Neville in the turnbuckle. Ciampa has something in mind here. Irish whip. Oh, running knee. And now choking Neville in the corner to go with it. The British Empire on the back foot now. McIntyre trying to get himself up to his feet here, but you've got to imagine the pain of this matchup, the effect it has had so far. Step up enziguri there from Neville, though. Uppercut from Ciampa. Has him up against the ropes. Lariat sends it to the outside. And Ciampa just escaped the steel chair attempt there by Neville, who in the ring right now is unloading with a steel chair onto the back of Johnny Wrestling. Over and over again. And then one into his skull. Ciampa rolling out of the ring. Gargano rolling out of the ring. Look at the strength, meanwhile, of Drew McIntyre in the ring. What is he going to do now? What is Neville going to do here with Gargano? Powerbomb onto the apron. McIntyre in the ring. Claymore kick from McIntyre. And that could end it all. There's two and a kick out from Ciampa. And an early two to go with it. Neville now in the ring, though. Rings of Saturn locked in on Gargano. Will Gargano tap out? You know. Kind of a domino effect there from Tommaso Ciampa. He knocked McIntyre down, and in turn McIntyre went into Neville and broke up the pin. Broke up the Rings of Saturn, rather. Tommaso Ciampa the only man up right now, but it's a D.I.Y. advantage in the ring if Gargano can get him to his feet quickly. Oh no. Oh no. Tommaso Ciampa. ProJaked Ciampa. ProJaked Ciampa to Neville. And that could end it. Covered by Gargano. McIntyre right there to break things up. Lariat to Ciampa. Gargano. Trying to stitch in. Gargano escaped. But you see the way he got blasted there with that boot in the face. McIntyre trying to defend his team. He's getting clubbed away now though. Struck and hit with a knee to go with it. Look at McIntyre though, just enforcing this matchup right now to the best of his abilities. Lariat to Gargano. D.I.Y suddenly look on the back foot here. Ciampa from behind with a leg drop. If I was Ciampa, I wouldn't go for this. It's a bad idea. Neville standing right there and all. Sweeps him off the top rope to go with it. Gargano gonna get back in the ring and oh my goodness. Just blasted with that steel chair and so too is Tommaso Ciampa. The British Empire controlling the ring. But they need to get someone in the ring in order to win this whole thing. And it seems as if they want to get both of them in the ring. McIntyre gone for Ciampa. Neville for Gargano. It's starting to look... Oh, headbutt on the outside as well for McIntyre. It's starting to look worrying now for D.I.Y. It's starting to look very worrying for D.I.Y. in this case. Ciampa, though, sending McIntyre back into the ring. Front face lock by Johnny Gargano here. Had to let go. I don't think he had anything big in mind, and that may have cost him. Look at that knee there. Michinoku driver, meanwhile, covered by Gargano on Neville, who kicks out early enough to keep this match alive. Neville going out to the apron. Oh, this is dangerous for D.I.Y. if they're thinking this big drop kick there. Gargano steps down. Neville counters him and comes flying back in the ring with a drop kick to go with it. Ciampa rolls outside the ring. Neville perched up on the top rope. Oh, this is going to be bad. Pile driver from McIntyre. Shooting star press from Neville. And that could end it. There's two. And no. Gargano still kicking out. Look at the blood dripping down the head of Johnny Gargano now. Cover made by McIntyre on Johnny Wrestling, who still just barely gets a shoulder up. Neville met with a leg drop. Tommaso Ciampa met with a lariat though by McIntyre. I don't know how either side is pulling this off. This has been insanity from the very moment the match begun. Johnny Gargano now in. Full Nelson. Facebuster on the chair no less. And look at Tommaso Ciampa now. Busting knees into Neville's face. Neville goes to the outside. And Tommaso Ciampa on the apron. Calls him to his feet. Ciampa flies in the ring. Gargano escape. Armbar on the outside from Ciampa. Armbar from Ciampa. McIntyre taps out. McIntyre submits, and D.I.Y. have won the tag team titles back. Outstanding from D.I.Y. They did it with the odds against them. At one moment, D.I.Y. did the unthinkable. They took it to this extreme. They wanted it to go this far, and they paid for it in the greatest way possible with the ECW Tag Team titles back to D.I.Y. The synchronization from D.I.Y. as well, even if they were unaware of it. The submission on the outside from Ciampa. Gargano escape in the ring from Johnny Gargano. Incredible pieces of work from both men. Absolutely outstanding. What a match. What a brawl. Congratulations to both. But D.I.Y. are the new ECW Tag Team titles. I said this might be the final match, but now with this outcome, I'm not too sure of it, because I think the tension and the hatred has only risen between these two teams. We'll see how it'll go, but new champions found on this night, but the question is, who will be the next #1 contender to the ECW Championship? Kyle O'Reilly versus Tetsuya Naito coming up next. This match made official just on the last ECW before this event, and now these two men go at it. O'Reilly desperate for one more shot at Seth Rollins. Tetsuya Naito doesn't really care. He's got himself in this position, and you know El Ingobernable is going to do everything to take that position. O'Reilly versus Naito. Winner gets the winner of Rollins versus Jay White later on tonight. Who will be the next #1 contender for the ECW Championship? We'll find out up next. Well, this is certainly the part of the evening where Anarchy Rules takes a step up, and the intensity in every match rises. And this match has got a lot of intensity going forward as well. I mean, I know I said this was only made on this last episode of ECW, but they certainly did their best job to make sure that either guy knew who the other one was. Naito and O'Reilly, after making the match official, went to blows, and that was all because O'Reilly wanted something from Naito. Naito's tranquilo attitude got to the head of Kyle O'Reilly. O'Reilly was as if to say, at first Naito just came out and just said, "See." And then from then on, O'Reilly was trying to get more and more out of Naito, and all he would say was "see." So at the end of it, O'Reilly said, "Why don't you show me what you're going to do before you lose this Sunday?" And Naito showed him a lariat, brought him down, a fight in and out of the ring before being split up by the referee. Now, this has that air of personal touch going for it between these two guys for the right to take on Seth Rollins or Jay White at the series finale, a No Way Out, in just over a month from now. I am certainly ready for this one. Here comes there he is, the man himself, El Ingobernable. Tetsuya Naito making his way out towards this one. The crowd certainly cheering on both men here in Dallas as he heads towards the ring. But is it Naito's time to finally get his first ever chance at the ECW Championship? He's spent most of his career here in this universe roaming around the ECW Television Championship. Naito held it at one point before losing it to Kenny Omega, and now he looks to set his sights on a prize even greater to the mind of Tetsuya Naito, the ECW Championship. It doesn't really matter to Naito whether he has it or not. He will remain tranquilo. But the big question is Naito still going to be that #1 contender? Does he have it in him to become #1 contender? I think he does. But how desperate is O'Reilly to become #1 contender? How much desperation is there in Kyle O'Reilly to try and get one more shot at Rollins? What if he doesn't even get the shot at Rollins? What if worst case scenario comes to mind and Jay White is the new ECW champion? Does it still boil within Kyle O'Reilly as much as it does then? Is it a desperation at Rollins, or is it a desperation at Naito? Sorry, not Naito, at the ECW title. What is it that spurs on Kyle O'Reilly for that ECW championship? That's the big question. Competitive start between both men right now. Collar elbow tie up. Naito slips his way out of it. And look, this is a completely stark contrast to what we saw in this past episode of ECW. They went to brawl right away, and right now, look, they're just going slow. They're trying to feed each other out. They're trying to feed each other out here. They're trying to learn who the better of the two could be. And again, Naito able to slip his way out of that armbar. That may have been enough to start annoying Kyle O'Reilly, who's in with a fisherman suplex. Doesn't go for the cover, though, because it's early phase, but still, move like a fisherman suplex is for the most part only a pinning predicament. Naito clubbing blow in the back there, and a running drop kick that O'Reilly's able to push to one side. Nicely done there. Kyle O'Reilly now, Irish whip off the ropes, and sends him over his knee there. A bit of a slower start between these two, but you'd kind of expect that to be the case. Tranquilo of Naito and that resilience of Kyle O'Reilly. I mean, we saw it at Heatwave in the 30-minute Iron Man match. O'Reilly did go on to lose that 4-2, I believe. regardless of that, he showed great tenacity to survive for almost all of the 30 minutes before everything started falling apart in the last 3 or so minutes. As for right now, though, he's doing good against Naito. But Naito knows a lot of these hard shots that he's going to take in this match. He knows a lot of the kicks and the hits that he's going to get and the submission holds to go with it. Naito, of course, at around WrestleMania time was embroiled in a feud with Aleister Black. The mind games both men were playing with one another were incredible to witness. The match itself was great as well, but in the end it was Naito and Destino that led him towards that title. He went to lose it to Kenny Omega, of course, and the rest from there on is history. Kyle O'Reilly with a nice backbreaker though on Naito and pulling him up to his feet here maybe. Up to one knee at least. Naito rolls out of the way. Runs right into Kyle O'Reilly again though. O'Reilly's able to trap down Naito in the early going so far. Good counter from Naito though, who's in with a hard strike. Went for the dropkick to the leg there and I guess he just completely whiffed on it. Knee in the chest and more than once from Kyle O'Reilly as well. Repeated knees in the chest of Naito. Oh, Naito likes to get off to a slow start, but this is slower than usual for Tetsuya Naito. Kick in the gut, countered, elbow. Naito this time gets in with a drop kick to the leg. Now he wants to go to that second rope. He's feeling something risky. Naito, went for a moonsault. O'Reilly countered it. Wheelbarrow, arm drag now, and that did frustrate Naito a little bit. A DDT to go with it. O'Reilly acting quick and making the most of the chance in front of him. Counter from Naito though. Oh, I thought for a second Destino was on its way then. No, he counters with a tilt-a-whirl arm drag. He's trying to one-up him a little bit there. Now here goes Naito. Slapping him in the face a little bit. Hanging him out there on the ropes. Neck breaker from Naito drops him down. Good stuff so far from both men. Neither really has a strong advantage over the other, though. Has to be said. Great drop kick in the knee, though, from Naito. And O'Reilly may have felt something because he is clutching his leg right now. And Naito feeling awfully confident about his chances. Return the favor, though. Sweep of the leg from Kyle O'Reilly. O'Reilly getting up to... Naito getting up to his feet there. O'Reilly got a little bit too confident in the corner, and that cost him. Naito used that opportunity to his advantage. And here we go. Back on the neck again. Back in the ring we go. And another neck breaker. This match starting to pick up in pace a little bit. But still yet to see a huge move struck in this match that could turn the face of this match around, really. That could turn the match to go one way or the other. They're definitely very loud in this one right now, and this could be it. This could be that point that I was on about. This could be the turning point in the match. Guillotine choke applied from Tetsuya Naito. I don't think Naito knows where the ropes are. That's why he's not looking for them. That's certainly why he might not have got out of them either. But Naito just going to use his core strength to slam O'Reilly down to the ground there. Both men stumbling back up to their feet. Naito sees the chance. Can he open on it? Can he make the best of it? He was thinking Destino, I think, for a moment, but it backfired on him. And he goes over the leg of Kyle O'Reilly there, and slow to move. It goes outside of the ring for now. Look at this, he's kind of forcing Kyle O'Reilly to follow him. Definitely the plan that Naito would want to happen. Double axe handle in the back as well. Sly from Naito, but it worked out exactly the way he wanted it to. Naito now counted in the turnbuckle from O'Reilly, who sends him down again and will go drilling the knee into the face of Tetsuya Naito, frustrating the former television champion. What else has Kyle O'Reilly got in store? Nothing yet. Naito in with a counter, sends him into the turnbuckle, and now Naito may look for it. Turns him round. Naito in. Satellite DDT from Tetsuya Naito. And that could have him. That could have O'Reilly. Naito goes into the cover here. First one of the match for him. But only a 2 count on Kyle O'Reilly. Naito now. Not often. We don't always see him go up high, but he's willing to risk it right now for victory. Calling Kyle O'Reilly to his feet here. Will this play out? What a drop kick from Naito. And a submission hold on its way. Ankle lock to O'Reilly. He has kicked the leg in of O'Reilly a little bit. a good few times in this match. And now the ankle lock stitched in here. Can he make him tap out is the question. No, O'Reilly, the submission specialist, is not going to tap out. Seth Enziguri countered well from Kyle O'Reilly there. Hard forearm in the face. Drilled him. O'Reilly now. O'Reilly chasing the dragon. Look at the impact there. Great stuff from O'Reilly, but is it enough to finish off Naito? He doesn't even think it is. He's getting Naito back up to his feet, yeah. Oh, and that was definitely a mistake. Naito counters him somehow. Turns him round. Naito in. Destino. Are we looking at the new #1 contender? There's two and a kick out from O'Reilly. Man, did that looked like it was going to be O'Reilly's match there for a moment, but then it suddenly turned against him. But O'Reilly right back on it here. Guillotine choke applied from O'Reilly. He has got that locked in deep. Look at the way the neck is popping right now. But look at how easily Naito can get himself out of it here. Again, he slams O'Reilly down into the mat. But Naito gripping his neck. Job could have been done from O'Reilly, but he sent it to the turnbuckle. He ain't going to find out quite yet. Naito starting to get a bit more aggressive now. This is what happens when Naito gets fired up. You start to pay for it. And that is exactly what is happening now. Naito in big. Superplex. Oh, yes it is. Naito hit big with that superplex, but does he have much more to give? Does he have any big moves up his sleeve here? Oh, maybe so. He's forcing O'Reilly back up to that top rope again. This could be big. Naito. Oh, here we go. From the top rope. Hurricanrana to O'Reilly. But O'Reilly counters out of it right away. Oh, this is outstanding from both men in this one. The resiliency they're showing to counter each other time and time again. This is what it means to be #1 contender. This is what it means to get the shot at that prestigious title on ECW. And O'Reilly finds himself in position. Maybe he smells one more chance. Kyle O'Reilly. Armageddon. Armageddon on Naito. Armageddon locked in on Tetsuya Naito. Is this it? Is this it for Naito? Will he have to give in here? Is this where we see Tetsuya Naito tap out? It is not going to be the case. Naito slipped his way out of it. Great stuff from Naito. Look at how slow O'Reilly is to get up to his feet here. Big mistake made, but whiffed on the drop kick there from Tetsuya Naito. And O'Reilly will return to a snapmare. But he'll get caught in their face there with that hard elbow from Tetsuya Naito. Naito now sees the chance, turns him round, went for Destino and got countered. Clubbering blow in the back now of both guys, kind of sizing the other up. That was a big moment for Naito that he could have had to win this one, but instead O'Reilly countered him. Tilt-a-whirl, DDT though. And Naito smells it. Naito feels it. Naito has the chance right in front of him, and he's going to go for it this time. Destino! Cover on O'Reilly. 1, 2, 3. Tetsuya Naito is the #1 contender to the ECW Championship. And he has done it. Naito versus the winner of Rollins and Jay White at No Way Out. The series finale has Naito spelled in on it, but who will he be facing? O'Reilly was desperate for one more chance, there's no doubt about it, but he let that be the reason for his defeat here tonight. Too much desperation, too much attempts at the big moves, and by the end of the match, Naito knew where he was and how to end it, and he did both. He ended O'Reilly's hopes, and he ended the match with Destino. Naito going to No Way Out. But as I said, who will he be joined by? That is the answer that we will find out in the main event coming up next. The ECW Championship up for grabs. The Switchblade Jay White versus the greatest of all time in Rollins. Rollins already 1 for 1 in terms of title defenses. Can he make it 2 for 2? And if he makes it 2 for 2, you know he's breaking the record. He's going to smash it. And he is going to be the longest reigning champion of all time. Does White care for that record? I think so. But the Switchblade craves that title as well. A fast rising career for Jay White, and one that has peaked already with his chance against Rollins. Can he make the most of it though? We'll find out. Until then, let's see how this matchup all came to be. 1, 2, 3! Yes! Seth Rollins rules ECW. A 6-man battle royal to determine the #1 contender to the ECW Championship. Between Tetsuya Naito, Kyle O'Reilly, Aleister Black, Sami Zayn, the Switchblade Jay White, and ECW Tag Team Champion Neville. Seth Rollins is going to be here tonight as well to celebrate his victory later on in the evening. Jay White, Blade Runner! There is your #1 contender to the ECW Championship. White wants Seth Rollins out here. Rollins is looking at the next ECW champions, and the Switchblade will be pulling the trigger on a new ECW champion. Sami Callihan versus Jay White. Allies turn to enemies for one match. Seth Rollins hits the ring and blindsides both men. Blade Runner! This is what ECW is all about. White versus Rollins. Don't let me down, Rollins. A record depends on it. All right, here we go. Let's do this thing. History is on the line. And it is this man's job to try and spoil it. Make no mistake about it, Jay White is going to try and spoil it. But do I think Jay White will succeed in his task? No. No, I don't. I believe this is Seth Rollins' time. I believe this is the era where history is made. This evening, September 2nd, 2018, is where history is made by Seth freaking Rollins. All he's got to do to make it is beat Jay White. And over the next few days, 2-3 weeks I think it is, hope that he doesn't suddenly have to defend his title, which with me in charge he won't, or Roman Reigns doesn't cash in on him. That is what we have to hope for. And I feel pretty good about hoping for it. So Jay White stands in the ring, as you saw, became #1 contender in a 6-man battle royal, but he's already had his interactions with Rollins, face to face, words to words, and then this past episode of ECW, he took it upon himself to attack him and lay him out with the Blade Runner. And here is the man who just defended his ECW Television Championship a little bit earlier on in the night, now prepares though for one final challenge. The attire changed, but it is all about trying to make history here. Is this the evening where he does it? Is this the night where Rollins does it? Does it happen here? Maybe so. Maybe so. Seth Rollins heads towards the ring with this huge contest on the line, with this huge opportunity on the line. Can he make the absolute most of it? You know I'm going to say yes he can. You know I'm going to say I believe he will. If he could thwart Kenny Omega, who I was completely scared, really, of the fact that it was going to happen, who I really thought had the strongest chance out of anyone who's ever faced Seth Rollins of walking out with that ECW Championship. If Rollins could beat him, why can't he beat Jay White? Give me a firm reason. What has White done in this universe? Nothing. He hasn't done anything of note. He's been here, what? Not even 5 months? And there's reason to believe people think he's going to beat Rollins? Come on. Come on. That's just not going to happen. It just will not happen. There's no way it can happen. Rollins just showed earlier on in this evening how he could take care of Sami Callihan. He's going to do the same to Jay White. The only worry, the only cause for concern I would have in my mind right now, and it is there, I will be honest with you, did that match with Callihan fatigue Rollins? He was busted open in it. He's had to have, he's had to have done whatever he can to close up that cut to make sure that it doesn't bust back open. But the reality is, Jay White has a target now. That head of Rollins. And he's going to make that his target anyway for Blade Runner. There is a target there for White to work on. But does he know what he's doing? Yes, the Switchblade loves to be methodical. Yes, he loves to break down his opponent. But does he know what he's doing in the right sense? Or is he just going to try and break him down because he enjoys doing it? If it's the latter, Rollins has got this. No doubt in my mind, Rollins has got this. But we're going to find out if he does indeed have it. If history will be made. If he's on his way to breaking that record in just a moment. The main event of Anarchy Rules has begun. Jay White versus Seth Rollins. Switchblade versus the greatest. Here we go. And a collar elbow tie-up from Jay White, immediately trying to get the better of Seth Rollins. Immediately trying to prove that he's a better wrestler than Rollins. Elbowing him in the chest now as he keeps the arm tightly locked up here. No such escape for Rollins in the early goings, but he's able to get himself quickly out of that one and wrench on the arm here. Much the same as we saw earlier on with O'Reilly and Naito, but he was able to pull on that arm, and that has frustrated Jay White now, as you can tell, as he starts to unload away with a few strikes here and there. Irish whip off the ropes, and oh, what an arm drag from Jay White. Rollins up to his feet, but runs right into a neck breaker. And the Switchblade has the early advantage here. Counter though by Rollins. Here we go. Falcon Arrow incoming. No, Jay White able to counter it. Gets him with the knee. Takes him down now and starts clubbing away on the ECW champion. And immediately Rollins knew he had to cover up that head of his. He had to cover up where a wound was opened up earlier on this evening. And White is going right after it here. Neck breaking out of Rollins. But no such luck so far. Rollins able to counter White there. Sweeps the leg away from him. And here we go. Irish whip off the ropes now. Drop kick from Rollins. Very well done. Very gorgeously executed, no doubt about it. And now, Snapdragon suplex from Rollins. Doesn't go for the cover, but leaves the Switchblade in agony as he came down there on his neck and his head. And speaking of neck, Rollins wrenching on the neck of Jay White, softening it up. Got to be for the curb stomp later on in this matchup. He won earlier with the Phoenix Splash, but in that moment he couldn't execute what he was looking for. Now, take a look at those strikes again from Jay White. Those relentless chops of his. Rollins countering with a forearm. White countering on his knees there with a, oh good God, DDT right in the open wound of Rollins, and he knows he has to take a breather outside of the ring. He knows he has to get out of the ring temporarily. Referee pushing back Jay White there, and White though still able to take control as we get back in the ring with that drop kick on Seth Rollins. In the turnbuckle now. What is Jay White going to do here? Out on the apron, on the ropes, and lariat back in the ring. Counter though from Rollins, uppercut to Jay White. What a throat chop though by the Switchblade. Caught him nasty, and an eye rake as well to go with it. Jay White now has control in this moment. Pump handle, counter from Rollins. Yes, yes, yes. All plain sailing so far for Rollins. Had a little bit of worry here and there, but he's been taking care of Jay White, and a snake eyes will bring the Switchblade down even further. Looking good for Rollins so far. Is he going to go for Phoenix Splash? No. He's calling White up to his feet. That is some ways for Rollins to fly anyway. And he will, oh, cannonball himself into White, who rolls out of the ring. And the fight continuing on outside temporarily. No, Jay White just using it as a ploy to roll Rollins back in the ring here and to get what he wants from Rollins. White, Kiwi Crusher, covers Rollins to break history. No. He is not going to end the reign just yet. He's going to have to look for more in order to finish off Seth Rollins. And again, though, Rollins sent stumbling out of the turnbuckle. White back in with that clothesline. I've got to give White credit so far. He's been hanging in there well. He knows what he's doing in this one right now to try and shut down Seth Rollins. There's no doubt about it. And Rollins is going to get his own repent. Snake Eyes! Paying him back for earlier. And Jay White will go after the neck now, cranking on it. Could do all the damage to the head of Rollins he wants. Could try and open up that wound all he wants. But Blade Runner is going to work on tweaking that neck, on all the torque he puts behind it. Sends Rollins into the corner again, and what a forearm. Jay White is incessant though on trying to bust open Rollins. Doing everything he can to open the cut back on that forehead. Rollins with a great counter though. Sends him to the turnbuckle. Come on Rollins, strike big. Return that Kiwi Crusher with a big move of your own, and here it is. Rollins in. Buckle bomb to Jay White. Oh yes. Cover made now on White. Will this do it? No, it's only a count of 1. Yes. This is where you end it. This is where, no. White counted the attempt. Blade Runner! No. Rollins, you know what to do. There's 2, and a kick out from Rollins at 2. Oh. That Blade Runner is so dangerous. The way that White can strike with it from nowhere. How he doesn't even need momentum. He just hits it and it can be over. That is a scary factor to that move, and Rollins just felt Blade Runner and he's on the back foot right now. Still not busted open, but here we go. Sunset flip to the outside. And if White wants to try and bust open Rollins will try and do the same. Face first on the thin padding on the outside goes Jay White. And that sunset flip really turned everything around. Count up to 6 now as this continues on here. Elbow in the back of the head. But it's Jay White who still sends Rollins back in the ring. And Switchblade from behind. Crucifixes Rollins. No. There's 2. Kick out from Rollins at 2. Oh, that was worrying for a moment. White now from behind again. Reverse DDT. Rollins hitting the mat. And Jay White has found his calling now from behind on Seth Rollins again. Back suplex to Rollins. Now attacking the arm of Rollins, and the way he was moving there made it look like he was going after the legs, and indeed he is. He wants to try and take away all the limbs of Rollins now. Stomping those knees into the mat. White now, great strength, but Rollins even better counter. His arm wasn't even put in properly there. He was kind of off balance on the shoulder. It was going to be tough to get out of it, but he certainly escaped the hold. Throws him into the corner now, and another buckle bomb should be on its way, and indeed it is. Rollins in with Jay White on his shoulders. Buckle bomb to the Switchblade. This has got to be the one. Come on, Rollins. Coop, stop him. And make history. Here we go. Curb stomp! He covers Jay White. 1, 2. Oh, Jay White kicked out at 2. That felt like the longest 3 count I've ever sat through in my life. And all for that to be the outcome. All for Jay White to kick out at 2. DDT to Rollins though. How does the pace of this match change around every few seconds? It feels like every just second that it changes. It goes from person to person. Rollins is in control, then White is in control. And it's insane because it always feels like the match could end at any given moment when they are in control. Striking the ribs there from White, and again he turns around Rollins. But Rollins this time too aware of the plan from Jay White, and look at the strength now. Torture rack, backstabber. And Rollins thinks this could be enough. I hope this is enough to go with it, but only a 1 count on Jay White tells me otherwise. Rollins going to go onto the apron now, forcing himself onto the apron here. Is he going to look for the knee into Jay White's face? No, but he'll tope back in the ring. Stomp on the face there, turning White over, but only for a few seconds because White's able to counter and force Rollins over his shoulder. And for another chop, countered. Rollins, look at the speed. Snapdragon suplex. Should have gone for the cover there, didn't, and White rolls out of the ring in retaliation. How are these two men still standing? And now they're fighting on the outside. This just gets even more insane between these two now. Anything for the ECW title. Over and over again, Rollins colliding, and now face first into it. Jay White trying to muster up anything he can think of to bust open Rollins. No, no, no. Face first into the apron, and the cut has re-emerged. The cut has re-emerged on the face of Seth Rollins. And Jay White is now going to do everything in his power to bust it back open. Back in the ring we go now. Both men a little slow to get up. Well, certainly Jay White was slow to get back in there. The fatigue that he was showing. Went for the dropkick, missed it. Rollins busted open, but ain't giving in. Got to give him credit for that. Chop in the chest. Backs him up to the ropes, and he goes after the leg now. Tweaking it over those ropes and causing great pain. Great punishment. It is this White's shortcoming, his confidence that he's feeling. Is it costing him? Because Rollins in with a big counter there. Front face lock. White sweeps the leg away from him. Does Jay White have something else in store? No! Blade Runner! No, 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 no! Rollins, please! There's two! Yes! The sudden impact of Blade Runner can make your heart jump. I can only imagine what it's like to be hit with that move. Jay White starting to get desperate now. Another cover on Rollins. Snap suplex, and Rollins able to kick out at two. But White, like a shark smelling blood, goes after that open cut in every single way he can. And the cut is getting worse now on Rollins' face. It is opening up, and the blood is starting to pour down it. And White loves it. Oh, raking his fingers there in the open cut. That is sick from Jay White. Hard forearm shot now. Huge chop to the chest. Kick in the back. Rollins evades from behind now. Going to force Jay White back into the turnbuckle. Is this the comeback for Rollins? Is this the big final fight from Rollins? History could be made right here. Buckle bomb. Go on. Go on. Go on. Rollins. Thinking God's last gift. And he got him. Will this do it? There's 1, 2, and no. White just barely got the shoulder up at 2. Come on, Rollins. Come on. Come on. White doesn't know how to hang in there. Kick in the gut. Rollins. Curb stomp. Cover him! Cover him! Come on! 1, 2, 3! Yes! Yes! He's done it! Oh my God, he's done it! 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 He's done it. He's done it again. He has gone and done it again. Still your ECW champion, Seth Rollins. And now, with nothing between today and day 391, it will be made. It will be etched into history. Seth Rollins will break Bobby Fischer's record as the longest reigning champion in the history of this universe. White, you were close. You were tough. You were sadistic. You were methodical. You worked that cut. You reopened it. But Rollins is on another level to you. And Rollins just proved it with another successful title defense. Just 2 weeks after arguably the biggest match of his career against Kenny Omega. Rollins wins. Rollins is making history. Rollins will be your longest reigning champion of all time. Rollins is the greatest. History has been made at Anarchy Rules. Up next for Rollins is Tetsuya Naito at the series finale of this universe, but that doesn't matter for now. What does matter is that he is the greatest of all time. He is on his way to setting the longest record as champion of all time, and ain't no one gonna stop him. Seth Rollins, you are something else. That ends this episode of Anarchy Rules. That ends this pay-per-view. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys, and bask in the glory of Seth Rollins one more time.